Nation! Alright, I figured I'd do something kind of silly for this one to start off with. So, today is day number 7. I've been here for, I should probably look in the camera instead of wherever. Today's day number 7. So I've been now in Asia for a week. And it's kind of a time, I guess, to reflect on what I've seen so far. I think the first word that comes to mind is humbling. It's been incredibly humbling to see all the work that goes around in terms of EOS community engagement, in terms of promotion for EOS marketing, in terms of how large, in terms of large scale, how big this is in China in particular, because that's where I've spent most of my time. I also want to talk a little bit about yesterday's event. So yesterday, I was very, very fortunate to have received an invitation to go to the WTZ headquarters in Nanjing. So for those of you who don't know, roughly 2 months ago or so, the first group that from the outside, from Asia, that reached out to EOS Nation was WTZ. They reached out to us and they asked if we could do an interview, and we did the interview with them, and we were, I believe, one of the first ones who did an interview overseas like this. And WTZ from the get-go has been very, very similar in terms of approach to the ecosystem, in terms of trying to be an educational hub and really focusing on community engagement. So yesterday I went to their headquarters and I was able to meet with the founder, who is a very quiet man, very calm. He is a writer, and his name is Captain Wong. So if you Google WTZ, you'll see that there's like a little icon, like looks like a little anime character, a little guy with a cap. So I got to meet him, and we had tea. We had tea in his office, plants everywhere in his office, and just very, very calming experience. And we discussed with him and with Alice, a key member of his team, we discussed how and what we can do to better the EOS ecosystem. And their approach is really all about education. And so we were really pleased that we were able to talk with them, and we showed them one of the products that we've done at EOS Nation. So our EOS Nation ambassador in China, Martin, created these little flashcards that we give out when we go to events. And basically on one side you've got a word, for example, DPoS, delegated proof of stake, and you've got a little definition. On the other side, you've got the Chinese equivalent. And the idea with that is that we're able to, these are very, very basic terms, we're able to educate people, and we're educated in this sense with the dual languages, we're able to educate people from a different culture and different language. So we showed them that that's one of the things that we're doing, and we discussed many things in terms of education and what they're doing. He writes an article every single night, and it's read by 200,000 people. So he's got a very, very large following. WTZ is very prominent in China. And what makes them stand out compared to the other VPs I've been fortunate to meet, is that they are very, very, how can I say, his writing style is very, very basic, so people can understand. It's very clean. Regular people can learn about blockchain. It's not complicated. He has a way with words to make everything so much simpler. And so we discussed about that and how wonderful of a writer he is, and why people tend to follow him so much because of that. Afterwards, we went down for a Q&A, and it was kind of like a little private session. We had a couple of couches. I posted some pictures. We had a couple of couches, and basically we just left it up to the audience, which is something that we do sometimes, where we just did a little introduction. Everybody kind of raised their hands and gave one idea as to why they're in it for EOS, what they like about EOS, why EOS. And then we engaged in a back and forth Q&A, and the questions were really good. And they came from all different, some were financial, some were technological, and some were ideological, philosophical. And so that was a really, really good experience as well, to see where people are coming from and kind of what their concerns are, and what they like about EOS as well, and where they see EOS going in the future and what they want to do with EOS. So again, I want to thank WTZ for a really incredible experience, very humbling experience last night. I slept like a baby last night, so thank you very much for that. I don't know if you've been following, but I've been sleeping 2-3 hours a night, and yesterday I was able to get a really good night's sleep, and it was a deep, profound sleep, and I think that a big part of that is the experience that I had last night. So I want to thank everybody, and we'll see you soon. We're off now to Chengdu, and we'll be based in Chengdu, in the Chengdu region, for the next little bit. So we'll see you there. Cheers.